Hi. If you ever noticed your Laravel app slowing down when fetching data, it might be because of the n+1 query. And in this video, I'll show you how to spot it and fix it. First of all, what's the n+1 query? The n+1 query problem happens when your code makes one query to fetch a list of records, but then makes additional queries to load related data for each of those records. This means that your app ends up making far more queries than it needs to, which might lead to performance issues. As you can see here in this example, we have user, and for each user we can have multiple posts. In this function, in the posts controller, we list all the posts related to all the users. But there is an additional information that we need to add to the posts, which is the tag. The tag consists of the user ID of that post and the post ID itself. So here at this line, for each post, we're performing one query to fetch the user and then retrieve the ID parameter. So to sum up the number of queries right here, we make one query to load all the posts, and for each post in this loop, we make one query to fetch the user and then retrieve the ID from it. So this number of queries will add up to n. N here is the number of posts in the database. If we go to the database here, we can see that we have 5. So in this case, we will have 1 plus 5, 6 queries. In order to verify that, I've added this line to enable query log, and then at the end we get the query log that gets us all the query, and then I'll print it in the log file, the count of the queries that were run in order to execute this function. So in the route file, you can find one route to list all the posts, and when we hit that route, we should call this function, and eventually this log will be printed that will show us how many queries were run. And as I said earlier, we are expecting 6 queries to be run. So let's send a request. Right now we have, as you can see, 5 posts. So we were to go to the laravel.log file, we can see here that the number of executed queries equals 6. Okay, so how do we fix this? The solution is eager loading, which is a technique in Laravel that allows you to load related data in a single query instead of running additional queries for each relationship. Basically, it loads everything up front, saving you the overhead of multiple queries. So how do we implement the eager loading? If you refer to Laravel documentation, they have the with function, which receives an array of relationship names. In case of the post model, we have only one relationship right here, which is the post. So this is what we need to add in here. And then instead of using the all function, we need to use the get function. So now how many queries do we expect to be printed out in the log? The last log, as you can remember, printed out 6. But now you should have one query that loads all the posts and another query that eager loads all the users in these posts. So we should go from 6 down to 2. So let's try by sending a request to the same endpoint again. We should be getting the same data. So let's navigate to the log file. So now we have this printed out, number of executed queries equal to, and that's it. Thank you for watching.